kind of the genesis was this book by Bill Owen, a book of photographs called Suburbia. Pretty famous book of suburbia, pictures of this kind of California community, suburban community growing. I think it's actually up in Northern California, but it's very similar to many of the communities in Southern California at the time. And just the way that the life was depicted in the photographs, I wanted to put that on stage. So I started with the kind of era, you know, the 70s. I thought, okay, let me push it to, let me find a year, 1975. And then what can happen, what's happening in 1975? So I researched that, and then there was the first refugees coming from Saigon were coming into Garden Grove after the fall of Saigon in April of 75. And then I decided to, how would two characters meet in 1975 that wouldn't otherwise meet? And so then once I decided how that was going to happen, I got excited about the story. I'm always interested in this, in the idea of the American dream, and that it still exists, despite the fact that it doesn't always work for everyone, but it still has such a strong hold in this culture of the good life, or what's possible, or that everyone should have a house with a family, and which isn't an idea that I have anything against, mind you. I just am interested in the kind of ideal of it. I knew that Martin and David had been here at that time, been here in Orange County in 1975. So it was really great that I could just say, can we go to lunch and I just ask you questions about what life was like here then? That was really great to kind of involve them and hear what 1975 here in this area community was like. You know, they kept reminding me that it was a very conservative community in the 70s, and I think partly what I came to with my idea of the 70s is my kind of experience of being a kid in the 70s. And my parents, you know, partied a lot. And post-Vietnam, my dad came back from Vietnam, and in 1975, in the military, you know, there was a lot of forgetting going on on the weekends. You know, people didn't talk about the war. So I really was interested to find out what the dialogue was here, you know, about the war. And he said, you know, people, I think, kind of, they also were moving on, you know. So I probably put more alcohol in this play than Orange County may want, but I feel like that was a big part of these characters' experiences. Most of the characters in this play are not people who want to experience tragedy, and they're not good at it. They're optimists. They're people who really like to go through life pretty sunny, and so I wanted to keep pushing that sunniness against the tragedy, and because I really knew that an audience couldn't take just the tragedy. It's not an experience that you can just lay in an audience's lap, you know. But I think that people really, like human nature, trying not to experience all the sadness is actually interesting and something we all can relate to.